Well, good morning, friends. This is the second good morning I'm giving you because we forgot to plug the microphone in. So ladies, come help me with this. We're going to start with a song that was actually started as a poem by Charles Edward Carroll back in the 1880s, I think, and in England. And someone put a lovely British kind of rollicking sea shanty kind of tune. Capital ship for an ocean trip was the walloping window blind. No gale that blew dismayed her crew, nor troubled the captain's mind. The man at the wheel was made to feel contempt for the wildest blow. Though it oft appeared when the gale had cleared, he'd bend in his bunk below.
So blow your winds, hi-ho, a-roving I will go. I'll stay no more on England's shore, so let the music play. I'm off for the morning train, I'll cross the raging main. I'm off for my love with a boxing glove 10,000 miles away. The boatswain's mate was very sedate, yet fond of amusement too. He played hopscotch with the starboard watch while the captain tickled the crew. The gunner we had was apparently mad, for he sat on the after rail and fired salutes with the captain's boots in the teeth of a booming gale. So blow your winds, hi-ho, a-roving I will go. I'll stay no more on England's shore, so let the music play. I'm off for the morning train, I'll cross the raging main. I'm off for my love with a boxing glove 10,000 miles away. The captain sat on the Commodore's hat and dined in a royal way, off pickles and figs and little roast pigs and gunnery bread each day. The cook was Dutch and behaved as such, for the diet he served the crew was a couple of tons of hot cross buns served up with sugar and glue.
Then we all fell ill as mariners will on a diet that's rough and crude, and we shivered and shook as we dipped the cook in a tub of his gruesome food. All nautical pride we cast aside, and we ran the vessel ashore
On the Gallipoli Isles where the poo-poo smiles and the rubbly outguns roar. So blow your wings, hi-ho, a-roving I will go. I'll stay no more on England's shore, so let the music play. I'm off on the morning train, I'll cross the raging main. I'm off for my love with a boxing glove 10,000 miles away. So blow your winds, hi-ho, a-roving I will go. I'll stay no more on England's shore, so let the music play. I'm off on the morning train, I'll cross the raging main. I'm off for my love with a boxing glove 10,000 miles away.
Yo, you mateys. Hi, arg. So let's see. Let's do This Pretty Planet.
Together. Let's start it. So I talked over the
okay.
instrumental.
So why don't you guys start it, okay?
This pretty planet spinning through space. You're a garden, you're a harbor, you're a holy place. Golden sun going down, gentle blue giant, spin us around. Off through the night, safe till the morning light.
This pretty planet spinning through space. You're a garden, you're a harbor, you're a holy place. Golden sun going down, gentle blue giant, spin us around. garden, you're a harbor, you're a holy place. Golden sun going down, gentle blue giant, spend us away. All
shining through space, gentle blue giant,
the morning light,
all the sun going down, gentle blue giant,
the morning light,
all through the night, safe till the morning light.
safe to the morning light. Ooh-wee. Great. We want to try something really, a song we haven't sung in a while. Can I have the 12-string Lily right there? Because this is the 39th anniversary, I think, of the opening of Cotton Patch Gospel. Cotton Patch Gospel was a song, a
40th.
musical.
40th anniversary?
Well, let's see. It
I'm
was
39.
81. So was
Well,
it
I'm 39, so.
So you're,
Huh?
it's the 39th anniversary.
39th.
Oh, 39th anniversary. I thought you said 30th. Oh, yeah.
It was 1981. It opened fall of '81, and I was the music director. But Harry wrote all the songs, and Tom Key was the lead, and he and Russell Trays wrote the show, and it was on for months and off Broadway in New York City at Lamb's Theater, and that's how I met Michael Mark, because Harry had hired Michael before I ever got there to be the music director, with his beautiful voice, and also in that show was it Jim Lauderdale, who's won a number of Grammys now for in this country world, and Scott Ainsley, the great blues guitarist and folklorist, and Pete Coram, who was from the South, a wonderful stand-up bass, and that high keening Southern thing. So it was a great show. And in the middle of it, when we were working on it, Harry died. He died in July of '81, and this opened in October, or so.
Well,
It must be today.
today,
It opened
So
today.
it opened,
October 21st.
and the one who remembered, of course, is Claudia at my office, who came and saw a lot of those shows, I think. So we thought we'd do one of the songs from Cotton Patch that Harry wrote, and
Did you tell what the story of Cotton Patch is?
story is a retelling of the gospel, in as if it took place in a fictitious and kind of magical South back in the 30s or 40s, and Jesus arrives and goes through some of the same stuff he went through in the Gospels.
And
It was written by let's see, Koinonia, the founder of Koinonia. Let me think of his name. Claudia will tell me.
and this song takes place, I think this is part of the Sermon on the Mount or something like that. It's one of Jesus' sermons.
Is that right, Kim? I'm going
See?
to
You didn't see, I thought. Oh, no?
Yes, I am. Right. Okay.
When I look up, what should I see? A rainbow on the far horizon, stretching towards eternity. When I look out, what should there be? Sun burning across my blue sky, shining down its light on me. Oh, surround me like your seasons. Rock me in your streams. Oh, and promise me tomorrow. Won't you give us back our dreams? When I look up, what do I see?
that in a month of Sundays. When I Look Up. What a great song. Fun. So let's do, speaking of the Bible, it makes me think of one more time. When I look up. No.
This is from the Old Testament, this one.
Pete Seeger took these wonderful words from Genesis, I think, and wrote this. To everything turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. And a time to every purpose under heaven.
A time to be born, a time to die, a time to plant, a time to reap, a time to kill, a time to heal, a time to laugh, a time to weep. To everything, turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. And a time to every purpose under heaven. A time to build up, a time to break down, a time to dance, a time to mourn, a time to cast away stones, a time to gather stones together.
To everything, turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. And a time to every purpose under heaven.
A time of war, a time of peace, a time of love, a time of hate, a time when you may embrace, a time to refrain from embracing,
a time to gain, a time to lose,
a time to reap, a time to sow, a time of love, a time of hate, a time of peace. I swear it's not too late. To everything, turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. And a time to every purpose under heaven. To everything, turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. And a time to every purpose under heaven.
turn, turn, turn. Pete Seeger. Oh my goodness. Can I switch with you, Lily? Oh, my God. I'll get it up here. We're going to do
Oh, guitars?
guitars. Let's see.
Yeah.
I'll do this.
You want that one?
Yeah. Everybody's disappearing. So, there's some things happening this Saturday night. We're going to do the Arts Rock Songs of Protest. Claudia has it up on there. It's an amazing show. We watched a little bit of it last night and talked to a lot of the artists. We had a big Zoom meeting among all the artists, and it was really interesting, talking about why they come up with these songs and how they wrote them and what they meant to them. And I think they use a little bit of that on the show as well. So it's really great.
We're up 5, right?
And also, the Harry Chapin documentary is is Oot and a Boot. There's been some interesting comments about what a virtual movie theater is. It means you can stream it. Is all it means. That means you don't have to go to a theater, but you can go do it through your
local theater.
Your local theater.
Or your favorite theater that's not local. That's the plus side of streaming. You don't have to be local to a theater to go there.
But you have to make your own popcorn.
Which is kind of fun.
And it's not on any of the big streaming sites yet, right? It's not on Netflix, and it's not on Amazon. It's
I'm
only
not sure
on...
when that happens,
Yeah.
actually. I'm a little confused, but again, Claudia might know. She has the...
So they give it, I believe, I might be wrong, but I believe they give an exclusive to some of these theaters. So it helps the independent theater if you buy the ticket from them.
And then they'll give you the access to it. You can watch it on your own computer. It's called Harry Chapin. When in doubt, do something. And if you look it up, you can probably find it in your own theater someplace.
The other thing about Songs of Protest, back to that, that is kind of a local show of artists from around these parts mostly, but these parts include New York City and the Hudson Valley, so there's a lot of really heavy hitters in that lineup. It's going to be really amazing. But the tickets, you have to buy a ticket, but the tickets range from $0 to $50, I think. So it's tiered. So you can buy it for no money, but you have to have a ticket to see it. So it's definitely, pay what you want, but it'll be really amazing. And Arts Rock is a great organization to support, and they're doing great work, and like so many nonprofits and arts organizations right now, without live shows, without live classes, and all the different ways that those organizations make money, it's a really wonderful thing to support.
And there's Suzanne Vega and Bradford Marsalis, and a number of actually Broadway people who live up here.
And some classical.
Michael Mark.
Michael Marks wrote a wonderful
wrote
song.
a beautiful song
that we all sang
on, and Papa Tom did a song. We actually, our song, We Will Not Stop, is the finale of the show, and lots of different artists make a virtual appearance on that, which is really touching to see. So yeah, check it out. It's on Saturday night, and then I think we'll be up for a while after. If you can't attend the virtual watching, you can watch it later.
And aren't you also doing a Q&A on the Harry Chapin documentary?
Yeah, next Tuesday night I'm doing a Q&A with Rick Korn and Elliot Forrest. Elliot Forrest is a radio guy, local guy who's terrific.
On our local, again, New York City, he's the one of the main DJs on WQXR, which is the classical New York's.
And that's his day job. And but he's going to have a Zoom meeting with Rick Korn, who made the documentary, and me, and talking about it and behind the scenes making of it, because there's all these amazing artists in it: Billy Joel and Graham Nash and Judy Collins and
Harry Belafonte
and Bruce Springsteen, and on and on and on. So lots of stuff happening, which is fun. And keep an eye on my Facebook, and you'll know about it, because Claudia's keeping track of all this stuff.
And we forgot to hook up with Jessica today. We have to tell her the night before, because it's very early in California. So we forgot to mention it to her. So we're going to have her on tomorrow. In our original show notes, which I deleted when we had to restart, it had her email address and her Chop Wood Carry Water Facebook page. But there's lots of Get Out the Vote opportunities every single day. There's only 12 full days between now and the election, so every one of them counts, and there's phone banks, there's lots of things, text banking if you don't feel like talking to people. There's lots of ways to help get out the vote, and she's going to come on tomorrow and talk about it. But speaking of that, this is a song about California that we wrote, Lily wrote when we were leaving our life in California and headed back to the East Coast. It's called Angeleno. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
All the nights that we shared in the past couple of years. Well, you know, I started thinking about you yesterday. About the things that I wrote, and I know that Didn't tell you that I found a home back east. Did I tell you that I had right? Did I say I'd be alright? Did I tell you about the things I hoped I'd see?
Goodbye, Angeleno, goodbye. Goodbye, Angeleno, I'm leaving you behind.
Think of me
When you see the dawn, you know I'm moving on.
but you won't know where I'll be.
Goodbye, Angeleno, goodbye. Goodbye, Angeleno, I'm leaving you behind.
Think of me
When you see the dawn, you know I'm moving on.
but you won't know where I'll be.
Goodbye, Angeleno, goodbye. Goodbye, Angeleno, goodbye. Goodbye, Angeleno, goodbye. Goodbye, Angeleno, goodbye.
And now they're gone.
We have the two puppies are right outside the door. They're outside, and they started banging on the door because they wanted to come in and
There's French doors right over there. And
They were throwing themselves against
at
it.
it the whole song.
And now they're gone.
Luckily, it was in time though.
Yeah.
Goodbye,
The rhythm
Angeleno, goodbye.
I have to go get my computer.
Ah.
Of our rhythm. But go ahead. I'll be...
So here's a song that Michael, Mark, and I wrote together for Why Hunger, actually. One of our family recordings. And the thing we learned from my brother Harry and from Bill Ayers and from Noreen Springstead and all the folks, Sue Leventhal and all the ladies and men who worked over the years for Why Hunger is that there's enough food to feed us all. And yet, there are so many people who are hungry. It's a question of getting the food to them and growing the right stuff. And we're in the middle of this incredible pandemic, which is putting enormous strains on everyone, but especially those who don't have much money. If you have money, you eat. If you don't, you may not. And that's the sad and hard truth about hunger in America. So. We decided to try to write a song just to talk about this. There is food for everyone, father, daughter, mother, son. There's enough for everyone in our green and growing home.
In the desert, in the rain, from the mountain to the plain,
There's enough for everyone
is food enough to share. Up to us to get it there. There's enough for everyone in our green and growing home. There is food for everyone. There is food for everyone. Father, daughter, mother, son. There's enough for everyone in our green and growing home. In our green and growing home. Thank you so much, friends. Let's sing this great song written by my late brother Harry from my TV show Make-A-Wish, speaking of a long time ago in the 70s, summer of 1971. And we may have a special guest today instead of Thursday. Here we go. And all my life's a circle, sunrise and sundown. The moon rolls through the nighttime till the daybreak comes around. All my life's a circle, I can't tell you why. Seasons spinning round again, the years keep rolling by.
Seems like I've been here before. I can't remember when, but I got this funny feeling that we'll all get together
We'll all
again.
get together again.
No straight lines make up my life, and all these roads have bends. There's no clear-cut beginnings, and so far no dead ends.
Well, I've found you 1,000 times, I guess you've done the same. And then we lose each other, it's just like a children's game. But as I find you here again, the thought runs through my mind. Our love is like a circle, let's go round one more time. And all my life's a circle, sunrise and sundown. The moon rolls through the nighttime till the daybreak comes around. All my life's a circle, I can't tell you why. Seasons spinning round again, the years keep rolling by. Might we have a Michael Mark on the block here? Good morning, Michael. How are you?
Oh, great to see you all. I'm doing great. What a great show today. So nice of you to bring up Cotton Patch. What a nice memory that is.
Oh man, we had some great fun with that.
We
And
sure did. We sure did. Listen, before I do a verse, I was busy scribbling a verse, and I know you were talking about songs of protest. Can't wait to see the show. Can't wait to see the final versions of everything. What I saw is you can see it for free, though it'd be great to make a donation. One way or the other, you have to go on and get a ticket, whether it's a free ticket or you pay for the ticket. But go and get a ticket.
Okay, good to know.
We're gonna get a ticket too. Here's my verse for today. I really was so lucky to be cast in Cotton Patch. 'Cause that's how I met up with Tom, and it's been a lovely match. Since then I've watched this family care and sing and share the fun. And when it comes to Chapin fun, there's enough for everyone.
oh, Mikey. Oh. Thank you, brother. Have a good time. Say hello to Ruth for us tomorrow. Michael's taking his mother, who was 96, to see the doctor tomorrow. So he said I couldn't do it. Can I do it today? Very happy he did. Thank you so much, friends. Shout out to Why Hunger, whyhunger.org. Check out their wonderful work they're doing. They have a really incredible online presence where they tell you what's going on across the country and across the world and what they are doing. World Hunger, whyhunger.org/rapid response donate. Let's go out with a blaze of glory here. And
All my life's a circle, sunrise and sundown. Moon rolls through the night time till the daybreak comes around. All my life's a circle, and I can't tell you why. Seasons spinning round again, the years keep rolling by.
how many years keep rolling by?
And the years keep on rolling by. Ba, 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 ba.
Stay safe, keep wearing masks, and we'll see you soon.
Thanks, Claudia.